Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Today, I thought we were going to have a really fun subject. I used to belong to I would call it a group, and we used to discuss topics all the time about what we could see when we remote view. One of the things we had discussed, and this was a little while back, maybe 2 years ago, we were discussing about the firmament, that we had all noticed that the clouds were lower to the ground and everything felt different, like the atmosphere itself felt different. So we started remote viewing, and from what I could see, it's when I truly discovered what we were in, which is this toroidal dome in our reality, and that at one point, since this is being a manipulated place we're in, the snow globe, the firmament was actually lowered purposefully. And I began to wonder, what was this all about? So I looked back, if you can say there's a back because everything happens in the now, that this has been done many times. Lowering of the firmament, or the toroidal field, the dome. And one of the main reasons is to manipulate the life forms inside. It's like if you take a goldfish and you stick a goldfish in a little tiny bowl and you can feed that goldfish will not get any bigger than that bowl because that's its allotted size. It's genetically programmed to only fit into a place where it's designed. So if you put the same goldfish into, let's just say, a pond, that thing could get, a couple feet big? Who knows? I don't know how big goldfish can actually get depending on their space that they live in. Well, it's the same thing with us. Also, when I looked into it, at one point, this entire thing had a huge toroidal field around it. And that would also explain why the things that lived here were so much bigger than they are now. I also looked into the DNA of these structures, beings, what have you, trees, plants, beings, and I noticed that they didn't have what we have. Looks like we were genetically modified to have an expiration date. So at that point, we can't continue to grow anyway because we become old. It causes us to degenerate. At that one point, when things were really large, there was no expiration date, so it kept growing and growing and growing. And since it had the space to grow in, that's why you have trees that look like they were chopped off and they now look like mountains and footprints as big as I am. Because at one point, there was no expiration, so it kept growing to fit its ecosystem or its toroidal field area, which was enormous compared to this. I find that we are being experimented on all the time by outside forces that are not humanoid, and we always have been. Very interesting. So, when I was talking about this, and all of us on there were having very interesting conversations, we had discovered that, this had been done. I don't remember exactly because I'm not good with time. Since there's no such thing as real time, I find it hard to gauge when things actually happen. But I believe it was probably around 2012 or 2014 or 15. I really don't remember. Maybe it was 2016, maybe 17. So I really can't remember when this exactly happened because I noted it, but I did not make a mental, this is the way it is. I wish I would have sat down and actually wrote in a book everything and time frames. And actually, I think I need to actually do that now. I need to start writing a manual, a book on how everything works and start stamping time frames on this stuff. So, very interesting. So our dome has been lowered, which means that everything inside is lower to the ground. I mean, look up at the clouds. Do you ever remember the real clouds, the white puffy cotton ball clouds, being that low? If you're in my age group, because I'm 54, you will be like, I don't remember the clouds being this. I remember them being way there. And they're not anymore. They're not. And now with all the geoengineering, the chemtrailing, it's like people in the lower generations don't even remember what real clouds are, because all they can remember in the last 20 years is the chemtrailing and thinking that's now clouds. No, it's chemtrailing. Our real clouds are puffy white cotton ball clouds with nothing in between but blue sky, not this whole whitewash crap. That's all chemtrailing, geoengineering. Yeah, so the brainwashing of the youngsters is ridiculous. I think even now in school, they are now teaching that planes are making clouds. No. No, that's so artificial. Well, everything's artificial, but that's even beyond artificial. So I thought I would just put this quick video together about the earth falling. Well, not the earth, but the firmament falling. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me about anything. I will look deeply into everything. I found out that there was this one joker who's been taking some of my material and making fun of it. I can tell you this, the people that make fun of other people are so insecure in their reality that they need to wrap themselves up in negativity and poke and make fun of others and call them horrific names. It's their own insecurities. So if he gets a hold of more of my videos and pokes at me, it's because he inside is terrified. And he might scream, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. But I can see inside of this person and they are terrified, because the truth is so much scarier than any fiction you've been given. Oh, yes. So there you go. All right, then. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.